subservience and flow. Flitting about on honeyed orders from a hexagonal court. The work is hard, the long days short, but you do get to nurse from flowers. See life energy murmurate and flow. Our opening poem may seem a little bit out of place if you live in more northern climes. The bees, where I reside, in the hinterlands, have long since expired or gone into hibernation. I love bees, especially the honey and bumble variety. Bumbles, the teddy bears of the insect community, so huggable and yet so untouchable. I left my leaves on the lawn to overwinter. I heard somewhere, a Facebook feed, so take it as you will, that leaving detritus on fields and lawn creates dens for little puttins, winged and otherwise, of pasture and garden, to overwinter within. The birch willow and grandfather oak's cast-offs could mean the difference between survival and death for next year's pollinators or soil aerators. I wonder, do hibernating and autumn dozing bumblebees dream? Do they dream of summer pewter skies speckled with silken batten? Our breezes like streams and rivers, our little aviators can ride or ford if need be. During hardier storms, for certain, it is best to be tucked in the hive or deep in the folds of a petal. Imagine taking shelter in a flower to wait out bad weather. If we can grant that the sky would represent the bee's subconscious, most certainly our subconscious is represented by water. Atmosphere come to earth, condensed and pooled in a glade. Locks above water. Intertidal, ebb and flow. Play the coquette, play hard to get, but welcome surrender when the crepuscular tide blushes to pastel indigo. Immerse yourself, join the divine cosmic dance, a space-time caped paso doble between contrast and appreciation. There is no refusing the lead, only dragging your feet, tripping and falling, chafing your limbs. There is no dimension and depth, current or flow, without dark and light, warmth and cold, pressure differential. Swim, little sylph, but keep your locks above water. Keep your face turned to the shoulder, lather and moisten, siesta and umbrella, flit among the dapple. Flirt too closely with shadow, your individuality swallowed, lost to a circular tide and flush, compressed to singularity. I'm all for togetherness, swimming together, but let's keep it at arm's length. Save for in a panic, we together forever, stray past the event horizon, sink to the abyss. Kiss the free-form octopi, the Fibonacci shelled nautilus. Submit to the spiral never-ending stellar waltz. Get giddy and even heady, interlace with red shifted fingertips. But don't overcommit or cling. Keep at least one firm toe grip buried deep and anchored in the silvered sands of the material. I have a confession. I love to sleep. It is no 5 hours for me. I probably sleep way more than the rest of you. I've worked my life so that I generally get to sleep my full, most days. Very little feels worse to me than having to get up before I am ready. I love to sleep and I love to dream. The best dreams are always in the morning. At least those are generally the easiest to remember. I see dreams and sleep as the psyche's built-in psychoanalysis. They are essential to mental health and at the same time offer exotic adventure that is in everyone's budget. And yes, Highlanders, beauties, and beats, they are most definitely trying to tell you something. Something your ego is most certainly getting in the way of letting you realize. Our minds are connected even when we are dreaming. We are always teaching, even with our dreams. They are always trying to tell us the truth, even if they dress it up in symbolism and metaphor. We speak in words. Some of us even think in words. All of us think in images. The dreaming mind is no different. Your dreaming mind might offer an outrageous, unrealistic narrative for comatose enjoyment, but the images are speaking a second language. Below the surface, the language of metaphor. Our subconscious speaks in metaphor. Learn to read the signs and discover meaning about the world and yourself, the casual observer and sleepy awake person misses. Of course, us spiritual types don't just have dreams to delve into the subconscious. We also have meditation and prayer. I try to meditate several times a day. Right when I wake up, this can be a challenge for me because I'm apt to fall back to sleep, but I do give it a try. Most days I do yoga and end the session with a thoughtless spell. Really, yoga itself is meditation, just a moving one. Then after a time of activity and productiveness, I will take another spin around in nothingness. But hands down, my best meditation is achieved as I fall asleep. Most of my life, it took me ages to drift off. I discovered the teachings of Eckhart Tolle, and he helped me to claim some silence when needed. Silencing the mind, ceasing thought, is meditation. Meditation also stopped, or at least lessened, my nighttime rumination sessions. And then I learned to stretch the time of awareness before sleep claims my mind. This is truly a physical experience. The body tingles with a positive sensation. You grow cold, but not unpleasantly so. Behind your closed lids, starscapes and nebula animate. You just are, aware of yourself, but not thinking. It is the best space roller coaster through clouds and stars one could imagine. You may be brought back to waking or delivered to the arms of the Sandman. Either way, you feel loved. It doesn't happen this way every time, but it does happen regularly. You can imagine how it might be difficult for a girl to keep her locks above water, with that waiting for her when she closes her eyes and gets her mind just right. The mind, our subconscious, and I do mean our, is connected and endless. Plenty of space to stretch out and be. Four of 81. The Tao is a well, dwarfed by a raindrop, deep enough to fill an endless ocean. She soothes all sharpness, eases all tightness, mutes all din, softens all glare, forms and dissolves all clay. All flows to her. All flows into her. She is the beginning. She has no end. Meditation and prayer, when we really can let go of the din of intrusive negative thoughts, those inspired by fear, anger, and anxieties, delivers bliss and oneness with the divine. This is truth. Now, some of you are saying, I just can't do that. I cannot let go of my thoughts. They just keep coming. Good news. There isn't just one way to meditate or pray. Repetitive movement, sometimes nothing more than walking slowly, can focus the mind so it stops its prattle. Or, if the mind won't still, make the body do so. There have been times when my mind would just not shut up, but I held my body still and meditation just took over. Don't give up. It is worth it, and you will find it. Are you still with me? Time then for a little fun. Family type feedback is that I use really big words. My response? Were you soothed? They said yes, and so I said, then it doesn't matter if you understood everything. Sometimes it is fun to not know everything. Me, big fan of David Lynch movies. Good luck understanding all of those. I bet even Mr. Lynch doesn't understand everything. We won't get everything, but that doesn't mean that chasing after the elusive isn't worth it. Chasing after meaning isn't worth it in itself. In the very least, you will gain experience and an unexpected understanding. Not to be gotten bird. Yes, your cat is the wisest. Clever little glutton. Some days are meant for living, like this very one. So put your pen down and chase the not-to-be-gotten bird. And tomorrow, you can write with a quill made of feathers, ink wet with your overflowing tears. Words and images are my own. Subservience and Flow was first published today on the Hive blockchain. Locks Above Water is published in Domesticate the Heavens. Not to Begotten Bird is published in Strays. 49 is published in 81 Poems from the Tao. All titles and more are available in paperback or digital through Amazon and your local libraries and bookstores. Click on any title below to further explore and support my writing. All right, beauties and beats and Hivelanders, that's it for this session of my audio blog. You may not have understood everything. I didn't understand everything, but I hope you found meaning and a little bit of comfort. I love you. Feel loved until we meet again.